Hey guys, Brendan Esguerra here, and today I have a huge announcement. This is gonna be my Halloween project, and it is, of course, it's gonna be a horror movie project. It's gonna be a horror movie adaptation of the Adult Swim series, The Holler. For for those of you who don't know what the Holler is, I know what you're thinking. What the fuck is the Holler? Well, I'll show you. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that was creepy, but anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to be doing a horror movie adaptation of that series. And that creepy old lady in the video, that's MeeMaw, and she's going to be the main villain of the movie. She's going to be sort of like Freddy and Jason. Yeah, like Freddy and Jason. And well, I kind of want her to be sort of like either like a female version of Freddy Krueger or the next Slender Man. And of course, I'm going to be writing a script for the Holler horror movie adaptation. You know, and the plot is going to be about that MeeMaw is going to be like an old legend, and a bunch of teenagers go to the Holler believing it's not real. Well, that is until they do encounter MeeMaw, and they're being killed one by her. And of course, yes, MeeMaw is gonna be sort of like an old legend. Like an urban legend. And the Holler, the town, is going to be reimagined as a fictional version of Onion Town. Y'all probably remember what Onion Town is, and not only I'm going to be writing the script, I'm also I'm also going to write some novels tying into the movie, including a comic book miniseries that takes place after the. Well, I'm probably know what you're thinking. Is the Holler horror movie adaptation gonna be a sequel or a reboot? Well, actually, it's gonna be a loose sequel and a soft reboot. It's gonna loosely take place after the events of the series, many years after that, and of course, a group of teenagers go into the Holler believing it's not real, but MeeMaw is still there, and she's out there waiting to kill them for trespassing. Because, yes, in the Holler horror movie adaptation, MeeMaw is evil. I mean, besides, MeeMaw does look a lot like she could be a horror character. something like Freddy or Jason or even Slender Man, which is why I'm going to write some novels, various horror stories about the Holler, as well as a comic book miniseries that takes place sometime between the original Adult Swim series and the movie. And I'm also going to write a creepypasta about MeeMaw, and when I'm done writing it, I'm going to be doing a reading of it sometime soon. And it's also kind of a part of my Cartoon Network related projects because it's an Adult Swim project. And not only that, it's my first attempt at a horror movie. I mean, I'm most certainly not a big horror movie fan, but this is my first attempt at a horror movie. Because mainly because horror movies are the cheapest to produce. And since horror movies are the cheapest to produce, I think I've just found my niche. But then again, I'm not really into the whole scary horror type stuff. And plus, I'm not really a big horror fan, but this is gonna be my first horror film. And I'm also gonna write the script for it, and I'm also gonna pitch it to several studios, like maybe Blumhouse or any, you know, studio that wants to make a scary movie. And not only that, I also want it to be a new franchise, a new horror franchise. I mean, we've already seen Friday the 13th, Halloween, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, so I think the Holler should also be a horror franchise. And not only that, since MeeMaw is a creepy old lady, it will start a new era of female slasher movie villains. And Blood Widow was the start. I mean, I've already seen Blood Widow and it was good. And I honestly thought, why don't we have more female slasher movie villains? We always have, women as the typical scream queens, victims, or damsels in distress in horror movies. So why not also have them as the killer? I've already seen it in Blood Widow, so of course the same has to be for MeeMaw, that creepy old lady in that Holler commercial. And of course, I'm gonna work on everything because I'm thinking about like redesigning MeeMaw to look more scarier and a bit more horror centric, but she's not gonna look that much too different from she did in the original show, but her personality and character will actually be more scarier, sinister, and sadistic, like a typical slasher movie villain. And the actress who played MeeMaw, Judith Anna Roberts, is gonna reprise her role as MeeMaw. And I'm also gonna cast the victims, and I'm also considering casting some of the old actors from the show besides Judith Anna Roberts, except for the guy who played Cutter because he died. So I'm gonna recast him with Andrew Link with either Jared Padalecki from Supernatural or Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. And yes, I'm gonna write the script, the screenplay, but I also need a director. And the director has to be an established veteran horror movie director. And I'm gonna pitch it to multiple studios. And of course, this is my Halloween project because it's Halloween related and it's, something scary and dark. And also, I have more horror themed projects. Like, I'm also gonna do a horror movie adaptation of Shay St. John. Yeah, y'all remember Shay St. John. And I'm also gonna do a horror movie about the Crypt Keeper from Tales from the Crypt. And of course a dozen more horror movie projects because, I kind of want to branch out into horror, even though I'm not a big horror fan and I don't watch a lot of horror movies. And of course, I'm going to be writing a creepypasta about MeeMaw, and I'm going to do a reading of it when I'm done writing it down, and I'll even do a reading of it on YouTube, probably sometime soon since it's around Halloween, you know, something Halloween related. And also, in terms of my, Adventure Time project and my Edda and Eddie project, I'm still doing them. It's just right now I'm gonna work on a little bit of my Holler horror movie project. And not only that, I will also post more videos that are Halloween related before Halloween's over I can't, since I can't really go trick or treating because one, I'm too old to go trick or treating, and two, we have the coronavirus pandemic. And what else could I do? Decorate my house, carve a pumpkin, watch scary movies? Well, how about doing something productive for Halloween? Oh, and speaking of that, I'm also thinking about doing other things for my Holler horror movie adaptation. Yes, they will include novels, comic books, as well as Halloween stuff, including a Halloween costume of MeeMaw, a custom made Halloween mask of MeeMaw, and I'll even do a Halloween prop of MeeMaw that I might decorate my house with, for Halloween. Yeah, a Halloween prop of MeeMaw. You know, and both the action figure, the Halloween mask, and the Halloween prop are going to be sculpted and designed specifically to look like Judith Anna Roberts, using her likeness and all. And of course, I'm writing the script and from the Holler horror movie adaptation. I just need to find a director and a studio to pitch it to. I mean, the Blumhouse is a good idea since they make low budget horror films that actually look like high budget blockbuster hits. And there's so many great horror movie directors out there. And also, I'm going to be drawing posters for the Harchie Holler horror movie. Um, okay. And of course, this is my first horror movie project. And of course, it's my big horror movie idea. So, just like with my other projects, please, and there are also going to be posts of it on Instagram, here on YouTube, DeviantArt, GoFundMe, Indiegogo, and Kickstarter. So stay tuned for those. And of course, since MeeMaw looks a lot like she could be a horror character, I actually do want her to be a horror icon. Like either a female Freddy Krueger or the next Slender Man. And yes, I'm gonna write a creepypasta about her. Oh yeah. So and as for the Instagram and YouTube posts and the Kickstarter, GoFundMe, and Indiegogo, and whatever's on DeviantArt. Stay tuned for those. So until then, have an awesome day, stay safe, and I hope you like it. This has been Brendan Esguerra signing off, and have a happy Halloween. Yeah, happy Halloween.